cicadas, and they said, kill it, burn it, burn it.
Hi, how are you doing?
Hey, how are you? Had it not been for like the minute COVID
Hey,
hit,
Russell.
I was already.
How are you with like
I had been
computer
planning
stuff?
5 years ago.
I'm good with computers. I'm not a tech person, but
So this is all in the multi-purpose room. There's a projector. I just need it set up.
And so the minute
That's-
COVID hit and like, things were
what's
shutting
the
down
laptop
again,
it's
it was
talking
like,
to?
oh,
Do
this
we
is
know?
more than just
It's a Mac.
something.
So,
Oh.
but okay. So in the religious ed room, it's either going to be on one of the carts with the projector, or there's a box. Hopefully you can find. If not,
Yeah.
like just let me know.
Okay, so bring it up. Just bring the projector
No,
up.
in the multi-purpose rooms, there already is a projector, so you just need the cord to collect it to the laptop.
Oh, so what am I getting? Multi-purpose room, the projector and the cord?
No, just get the cord, take it to the multi-purpose room, connect it to the
Oh,
laptop.
the cord's up here?
No, the cord's in the religious ed
So I
room.
take the cord and just connect it.
To the projector, turn on the projector, see if it works.
Oh,
Yeah.
and then it's going to automatically talk to the one up here?
No,
Oh, we're projecting
in the
downstairs.
multi-purpose room.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought you-
yeah.
I thought that was bringing something up here to have Mike.
Huh? Oh, great. Thank you.
everyone. Can everyone hear me okay? Oh, good. So yeah, like Miss Savannah said, she asked me if I could help do this talk of talking about why we serve. So I'll introduce myself a little bit first. My name is Julie Wimpesinger. I grew up here at Resurrection. I've been coming here since I was smaller than all of you, and coming here every week with my family. And now even now that I'm a grown-up, I still come here every week to go to church, and there's a lot I do at church that I help volunteer with things like this. So I kind of wanted to ask before we get started, can anyone raise their hand and talk a little bit about what they think a volunteer is? Does anyone know? Right here. Yep, so they use their time and it's something they don't get paid for. That's right, that's a good way to put it. So like for example, I have a job that I go to Mondays through Fridays. I work as a nanny, and then at the end of the week I get paid for working as a nanny and stuff, but then there's things I do outside of that are still work, but I don't get paid to do them. It's part of volunteering, and the point of volunteering is giving back to the community that we live in, right? So we'll talk a little bit more about what parts of your community you can get back to. So I'll talk a little bit about some of the volunteering I do besides just this. So later tonight, we have our kickoff for the Life Teen, which is the high school youth program that maybe one day you guys will be a part of. So I volunteer with that. I'm an adult who helps coordinate that. I also help some of the students who are in high school get prepared to do confirmation, which is one of the sacraments you'll do once you're like high school age. I'm on our pastoral council here at church too, so that's another thing that I help volunteer with. And then outside of church, my friend and I, once a month we go to Meals on Wheels, and we help pack food that will be delivered to people around Baltimore and the surrounding area to help feed them. I do a lot of work with the Girl Scouts. I was a Girl Scout from the time I was 5 years old until I was 18, and I continue to work with them a lot. So I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with the Girl Scouts and the Boy Scouts and the different kind of service projects that they do. I work at a place called Mary's Home. I take my skills as a nanny and I help provide childcare to some moms who live there that don't have help raising their children, and so I come by and help lend a hand so that they have time to do something else with their day. And I've even gone on like some mission trips too. So that means like going to another country and helping to serve the people in another country. So I've been to places like El Salvador and Nicaragua, and even when I lived in China, we did some work over there to help out. So that's just a little bit about some of the ways in which I serve the community. So we wanted to talk about why it's important that you volunteer. Does anyone want to chime in with why they think it's important that you serve the community and volunteer? Right here. So yeah, a lot of what you said was really good. So I think the big takeaway being that there's oftentimes people that maybe don't have as much as you have in a certain area of their life, and then it's important for us to share what we have with other people and to help them in ways that they need help, and recognizing in ourselves what kind of help we're able to provide to people in different ways. So the church obviously talks a lot to us about, sorry, that was a bad sentence. The church teaches us a lot about helping others, right? We hear a lot, especially in the New Testament, about Jesus and all the way he helped different people. And so there's a lot of teachings we can take away from that as Catholics in the church. One of the first ones is that God made each person, so every life is important and should be protected. If any of you went to Mass this morning or last night, you'll have heard, I believe, the first reading was about from Genesis, where God makes Adam and he makes Eve, and it talks about the creation of people, so we know that God made each and every one of us. Another one is that God made us to be parts of communities, right? Like, we live in homes with our families. Our families typically live in neighborhoods where, there's other houses on your street where you live with other families. Most of you go to schools where, you're in a school with other people, right? No one just, well, I shouldn't say no one, but most people don't just live on a house on a hill in the middle of the woods all by themselves, right? We're part of communities. And so that's so that all people can share and to help each other. And so that's a big part of what we do here at church too. We're all part of a community here together. God wants to help us make sure that everyone is safe and healthy and can have a good life. So obviously there's people in communities that, might not be in safe situations. They might not be very healthy. They could be sick. They could have different disabilities that they need help to accommodate. And to just help them have a good life, right? I hope everyone here has a pretty good life, and we want to make sure that everyone else around us can have that as well. God wants us to help people who are poor, who don't have enough food, or a safe place to live, or a community. So like I said, there's some people that maybe don't have a community, and there's different reasons that could be. And a big part of it, why people might not have food or a place to live is because they are poor and they're suffering through that right now. And there's different ways that we can help those people. Another one is that work is important in God's plan for adults and their families. So jobs and the pay that they receive should be fair. Probably as children, this is something maybe you don't know as much about, but when you work a job, you want to get paid fairly for the work that you do. Obviously, we talked about volunteering, but that's something that you choose to do. And then God made everyone, so we are all brothers and sisters in God's family, wherever we live. So that's another one where you've probably heard a lot before. We talk about like, we're Christ's family, we're brothers and sisters in God. He created us all equally and all that. And it's important to remember, not only right here in this church, not only right here in Ellicott City, not just here in Howard County or in Maryland, but wherever you live, in another country, all over the earth, we are all brothers and sisters, that God created us all equally, and everyone has the opportunity to have a good life. And one of the last ones is the world was made by God, so we take care of all creation. And this was one that I was curious to see if anyone here has ideas about what that means before I talk about it a little bit more. Does anyone know what it means to take care of all creation? Okay, well, I'm glad I asked then. The very first story in the Bible is about God creating the earth. He creates the earth, he creates the sun, the moon, the stars, all of that. He makes the earth, he puts all the animals on it and the fish in the sea, and of course he creates Adam and Eve, the humans. And so when we talk about care of creation, that's caring for each other and our communities, like we talked about. That's caring for the animals, that's caring for the planet, for the trees, for our air that we breathe, all of that. And so just anything that God created, we want to treat it with dignity and respect and take care of it, because that's a big part of why he put us here on this planet. So I was thinking a little bit about how some of these teachings apply to places where I volunteer, and then maybe it'll help you think about maybe ways that you already volunteer, ways that you would like to start to volunteer, or thinking about when you're a little bit older, things that you'd be able to do to volunteer. So when I think about how God made each person and each life is important, I think about how I volunteer at that shelter called Mary's Home that I talked about, where there's moms there, with children, and they're struggling to help raise their children. And so I go by and I help, make sure that those kids are able to have the care and the support that they need, because they're, worthy of a good life as well. God makes us to be parts of community, so that's a big part of what we're doing right here. We're here for religious ed. There will be teenagers here tonight to be part of the youth group. We're all here at church, and we're creating a community here. He wants to help make sure that everyone's safe and healthy and has something to eat, so I thought about the work that I do at Meals on Wheels. and stuff like that, that we make sure that people around our community are being fed, right? Sorry. I lost track of where it was, I'm so sorry. And then I was going to talk too about how, God wants everyone to have a plan for, how to serve their brothers and sisters in our family, no matter where you live. And so that, that's why we do mission trips, like I talked about, where, you even go to other countries to help people, and not just, the people that you see every day in your community. And so I just wanted to wrap it up by saying, what are some ways that you all think that maybe you can serve your communities? Are there any ideas out there? Because I'd love to hear. We have one over there. Oh, okay, wait, hold on. I'm realizing I need to, Colleen, do you mind, can you, sorry. Oh, pick up trash. That's a great one, yes. That's a great way that we can care for God's creation and care for the planet. It really is. We have one right here. I'm sorry? Litter. What? Don't litter. That's another good one, yes. When somebody is sick, care for them. That's a really, really great one, and we're going to talk about that more later, too. All right, way in the back. Can someone use a really loud superhero voice for me? Yeah. You can help someone out if they're hurt. That's a great one, yes. And in the red shirt, all the way back there. Planting trees, that's another great one, yes, to help out God's creation. We have a boy here in a blue shirt. Don't pull leaves off plants, that's right. I remind the kids I work with all the time, you're more than welcome to pick a leaf up off of the ground, but we will not pull one off of a plant. Yeah. And one more right up here. You can give people food. Yes, that's right. That's a big part of what we do at Resurrection, that if there's families in need of food, we can help point them in the right direction of where they can be served in different ways like that. Anyone else? Any last few thoughts? Oh, we have a blue shirt right here. Donate money to the poor. Yes, that's another big thing that we do right here at church. Yeah. I don't think you guys need me to come and talk to you. You guys already got it down. One more right here. She forgot. That is okay. Let me know if you think of it again. And we have some way over here. Can you guys speak up real loud for me? Be nice to someone even if they're not nice to you. That's a great one, yes. Because we always want to make sure, like you said, even if they're not nice to you, that you're being a very nice person back, and might change their mind about being a nice person. And did you have something to say too? No? Okay. All right, well guys, I think those were some really great ideas, and thank you for listening to me talk.